Jody, we're back. We're alive. Am I right, dog
After,
shit?
after taking a week off, yes, we are back.
Took a week off and did an event. And as we wait for potentially Nathan and Tim to jump in here, if I believe they're on the way, or at least Nathan is for sure. We'll just get into it, man. Let's talk about the high points, because we're going to talk about some low points, but we're going to talk about the high points of the event.
Wait, what do you want to start with first?
Quick 122 total entries.
Okay.
Now, not including the 27 youth that showed up. So that's good. We had a decent turnout. Now, keeping in mind, a lot of these people pulled multiple classes. Learned a lot for next year. We're probably going to relocate the tournament slightly.
Oh, do tell. I want to hear about this.
Well, I love the venue. I absolutely love the venue.
Yes.
It's top notch. They treat us very well. But it is extremely hard for me to find sponsors and things like that when you're not in your home community. So it makes it pretty difficult. 45 minutes down the road is my hometown from where we were. Not even like the place we're at to my house, I can get there 40 minutes ish. It's one straight shot. So I'm contemplating having it in my hometown next year. I was told that around an hour saved drive will actually draw more people from Saskatchewan.
Ooh, okay.
And we're thinking of revamping because, Arnold qualifier, what I've noticed throughout all the other qualifiers that are happening this year is they don't necessarily match the classes for the Arnolds anyway.
Yeah.
I mirrored the classes that I was told to mirror for the entire Arnold finals. That was a lot of classes. And I have a box of leftover medals.
Wow. Do you? And
I thought I was going to be short, and I have lots left because we were really shy in the 0 to 154 class for men. We had a total of one competitor. I got a couple of those sitting next to me too.
Yeah. So the thing is, and these are engraved.
Yeah.
Cool metal, by the way, but they're engraved. So you can't use them next year.
No. Well, no, I can't. And the next year ones, even though it's 2025 right now, they'll say 2026 because it's a qualifier for the 2026 Arnolds.
Correct.
What I pitched to Chris is that I do a second mini qualifier between now and December. And I just throw something together right here in my community, my home community, and we'll have an opportunity for. Now, I don't know if he'll say yes to this, so I don't want to get people's hopes up, but I have enough medals to run a tournament.
Oh, wow.
So it would be pro or it would be strictly amateur, maybe like one of those two things. It'd be a super cheap entry because these are just leftovers. And we could throw that together in a few weeks and do it up. We might be able to do that. Now, if he says yes to that, I'll do it. If he says, it doesn't really, not the best idea, then we'll forget about it completely.
I will say this. I was talking to Ryan and Ellen and, talking with them. They said the timing of it was better this year. I think your qualifier was December last year?
It was. And I tried to avoid every other major event.
Right.
Last year, that's why it was so late, because we put it together. I remember when they made the announcement last year for all these qualifiers, It was hastily thrown together. So we were scrambling and all the other events were already planned.
Gotcha.
So when I picked this date, I picked it like the weekend after, I picked it within the week of the last event finishing. So we ended up picking a date that nobody had booked yet. And it didn't seem to have any major conflicts around the date. There's a couple events coming up, but they're 2 weeks away. So I'm thinking about that.
Well, I think the timing of it was great because in compared to last year's having in December, you only had a small window to put some money away and go, okay, December, January, February, March. Whereas we had it here in October, you got plenty of time,
Yeah. And it went well. Hey guys in the chat, David Jansen, the Drew 24, and the rest
James
of you guys.
Clark in the house.
I bet Kathy Facey's watching now because I gave her a heads up about the show last week and she watched it. So Kathy, if you're in there, say hi.
The Queen. The Queen.
Queen.
The Queen.
And what else we got to talk about? Lucky, how you doing? Drew said didn't recognize you when you were pulling. Wondering who's giving Jody such a hard time on the left.
You know what? And I thought there would have been more. You and I talked about that. You were kind of surprised. There were some people that had, other obligations they had to be at, which I understood. Nathan, what's up, my man?
Just got through security at the airport.
Nice. And I thought there would have been more. Hopefully, next time around we'll get more. But I think, like you said, Ryan, rotating this venue and site to a different town might get some more of the Saskatchewan contingent in. So,
yeah. So we got to go with what makes sense. We'll see what's up.
Now, what's the latest and greatest, Nathan? What's up, my man?
I was gonna say, I watched the live stream and
Then it quit on me and I didn't know it, so I did a part 2.
Yeah. I watched the part 1. I was also bouncing between that and the Utah event where Danny competed. So I was bouncing between the two, along with what else was on that day on Saturday from college football. So I was trying to like triple task and
there was the
stream quality was good
tournament.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. The stream quality was good. I didn't have any hiccups with the stream except for when it went down and then
popped back up. And it kind of went down right at the break, so the timing was not terrible.
No.
Other high points. We went through there. We got no injuries. We had myself, Ward Drake, Dave Knox, Terry Debates, and Matt Schultz as a backup ref, keeping everyone safe, keeping everyone in line, and then we had CJ Latimer, who's saved my ass. Like, she came in and did all the scorekeeping and did a great job.
Brackets, yes.
By herself with Ryan Herron doing a great job on the microphone. And we were all sort of multitasking. So it was...
that's the big thing, right, about running events is the team you have around you makes it run either really smooth or really crappy.
So the takeaway from this one is that we continue to run efficient events. So one of the competitors, sometimes the competitors get used to a certain way of events running. So one of the guys had a concert at 7 p.m. and he thought he wasn't going to be out of there in time for it. And I'm like, you'll be out of there 2 hours in advance of that. And he was. So we for that many entries, we ran it fast, and we don't really mess around. We go right down to the end of the class. Like, we don't take a break for finals or do any of that stuff. We just go. Tim.
What's up, man? We're here.
Can you see me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
What a morning.
Oh, yeah? What you got?
I finally just locked in the venue for Washington State. You have no idea how hard this has been.
Dude, were you stressing out or what?
Oh, dude, everybody, it's just their normal venue. They had the holiday shows. They just can't do it anymore. They're just too booked up for that. Everybody else is booked out. I had a last resort before I went to Seattle, and I shot from the hip and talked to the manager and the VP and signed a contract today.
Yeah.
So is it still going to be December 6th?
December 6th at the casino at Rock and Brews Studio.
Nice.
Where's that at?
So when you walk in Richfield, the A1A Casino.
Oh, okay.
And you walk to the left.
The one off of I-5?
Yep, you walk to the left, and there's a whole brand new sports bar, stage, and everything.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Where's the flyer? Because people are going to keep bugging me about that. I'm like, it's not my event, people. Calm down.
Kayla is in the works right now with the VP to get logos, and it's going to be done today.
That a girl, Kayla.
Fuck.
So I'm going to tell you guys about a few controversial things that happened.
Oh, let me take my hoodie off. If you're going to be doing this, hold the phone, man.
Let's go right into it. Let's
go ahead, man.
I want your guys' opinions.
Happened at what? Your event?
Yeah. So after the event's over, somebody posts, I'm not even going to say his name.
I will. No, I won't. I'm sorry.
If he's watched, because we're going to talk a lot about this guy in different areas. So he posts a picture. And it's a picture of me with my eyes right down at the pin line. And it's a picture of him not quite being pinned, but from a weird angle. And I don't know at what point during the match that picture is taken, but I presume it was right before I called a pin. Now, anywhere from the wrists to the fingertips. Am I saying anything incorrect here?
Nope.
Goes below that pin string. It is a pin.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
So if this part of the wrist goes below that pin string, even if it's for a fraction of a second,
The loss.
It's a loss. So I call a pin on this match. Jordan Weeb in the match. He gets pinned by Vincent Squires. Jordan doesn't argue the call. In fact, he has no issue with the call. I talked to him after, and he's like, it is what it is. He's got no problem. Somebody else takes it upon themselves to post this photo and make all kinds of comments about the ref needs his prescription checked, all this shit. It's from a weird angle on a screenshot from a cell phone camera set back. And I don't know what the end game is here from this guy. He's trying to come after me. And I presume it's because he's mad at something that happened in his match.
Those are called keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with the match. They have no say in the match. Camera angles from people taking pictures are fucking irrelevant. They're keyboard warriors trying to get their fucking name out there. Move on.
So there's a couple things to think about. Like, one of the things is the guy's on the losing side of the table, clearly, and it ain't going anywhere from there. And what is your end game by doing that, by coming after the ref and the promoter of an event that you're competing at, and you will compete for and with that person refereeing again at some point in the near future? What is your end game?
Does that guy put on tournaments who posted it?
No, I actually responded to it and I said, you should take a referee clinic because it would be beneficial to you, learning the rules, all that stuff. It was a serious comment.
Does that so person go to more of your events or more of someone else's events?
I've never seen him compete before, and he's a Manitoba guy, so
I'm lost.
So let me get this straight.
I don't know what
you have a guy who has some freeze frames footage of a match that wasn't even his, right?
Yep.
I understand emotions get involved in situations like that, but do we not sit there and when the referees go over the rules and stuff, do we not sit there and say things like, hey, referees' decisions are final? Do we not talk about that? I actually heard this conversation. Like I heard Ryan talk about it with the refs to everybody. Referees' decisions are final. I understand you get caught up in the emotion, but it's like to come after you after the fact. It's like, why are you holding on to that? It wasn't even your match. The guy that got pinned had no issue with it. What is your deal?
Yeah, it's one of those irrelevant things, right? Like you can't base a call off a still frame from a camera, let's say setting 10 feet, where the angle could be possibly like this, or the camera angle could be like this. I mean, unless it's a GoPro on pad level, perfectly, being able to review, it's never going to be accurate.
Yeah,
that's why.
And then the guy, when I say my comment, he comes back at me with a comment related to this whole issue that I went through with Devin 3 years ago. Like completely not relevant to the situation, but just
okay.
Yeah.
Now that
what
makes sense.
what I will say though is like when we talk about the wrist to the fingertip, we actually have a guy that practices with us that is 6'10", has an arm longer than any like arm wrestler on the planet. Like the dude's arm is just he can actually with non-parallel pads but the angle pads lay over, and this part of his arm rest on the pin pad, and he can keep his wrist above it, and which isn't a pin because it's not from the wrist to the fingertip.
It's not a pin.
So it's quite funny.
Yeah.
I mean, even at some cases at events where there is camera angle set up perfectly, it's whatever the ref sees, and that's the end game, really, unless you want to do reviews. But I mean, really, we see all sorts of different angles and quick little bobble downs and back. I mean,
and I'm on the downside, and the head ref, the guy that's on the head ref for that match, also says he saw the pin. So it's not like there was a discrepancy between two referees.
Now, I got a question. Was this the same guy that came to you after a match and he sat there and showed you the camera footage? You were like, we're not looking at cameras.
No, that was a different guy, and that guy backed up quickly. But I don't think it. Yeah, I think the guy that his friend tried to show me the camera footage. It was based on a slip. It was a different guy. Now that guy was okay, and I think he ended up winning anyway.
Yeah, he won both overalls, didn't he?
Yeah, he won not only his class, but he won both overalls. So he was fine.
And my thing is like unless it's a world level tournament or like a world level super match event, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, we're gonna do reviews. It would make every event take exponentially way too long, and an event that could be 4 hours is going to end up doubling because everybody is going to want to review. So,
right.
Yeah, and then I realized this guy's having trouble setting up in his own matches, and because his shoulders are all over the place, and he can't grasp the concept that shoulders need to be square. We're running Canadian Arm Wrestling Federation rules, and it's complaining about that. But every time there's a match finished, this is where it gets weird in a different way. I noticed that there's like a residue on the table, on the offhand where he had gripped the peg.
What kind of residue?
Like a puddle of something on the table next to the hand peg. To the point where I had to go borrow a napkin off of someone sitting at a table behind me and wipe it off after each of his matches.
Was it like Crisco?
And I realized too late that it's like soap. Oh. So the guy I don't know what the deal is, but what I am assuming happened is he's got like soap in his offhand to initiate a slip and like reapply it to his competing hand. That's my assumption of what was happening. Because
that's
I've
not
known
allowed.
people with hyperhidrosis, and they do not sweat like that. And it looked like, and I thought the first time I saw it, I thought it was weird, but then I kept seeing it in each subsequent match.
But it was only his match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the arm wrestling version of like pine tar.
It's like, but the opposite.
No, greasing.
Greasing.
It'd be like wrestling, a jiu-jitsu guy greasing.
That's the picture with the Crisco.
Yeah.
That's the thing? My word.
Yeah, you didn't know that? And
no, I make the greasing. I never knew that.
Yeah, mixed martial arts, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo, they'll grease themselves up to make it harder to hang on to.
Well, Anderson Silva used to be accused of this a lot. He would be
Alex Pereira.
They would put Vaseline on their body, but then they would wipe it off with a towel, and they appear to be dry until they start sweating.
So they sweat.
It's kind of like if you put like Vaseline on the club face of a driver, it takes the spin off of it and it won't slice or draw.
Yeah.
No.
Same deal with they put it on their face for a reason, so the punches don't rip the skin.
That's boxers do that.
Yeah, martial arts. That's why the guys in the corner are putting that stuff on their face so the punches slide off.
Yeah, I mean that's not putting any what is the rule? I can't remember the rule verbatim, so people in the chat don't crucify me. But there's no you can have no use of any foreign substance upon your hands at any point throughout the match.
Well, they do have. I mean, there's chalk, of course.
Yes.
Guys used to use a lot of stickum. Remember that rosin spray?
Yeah, but I mean
Yeah.
like a sticky, like a slick foreign substance. Like there's
Yeah.
no rule that you can't go up there and do like wipe sweat off your forehead. Like nobody can say you can't do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't be going up there with grease, soap, Crisco, olive oil, whatever the hell you're going to put on there.
Yeah, I believe at Worlds and stuff, you can't even use liquid chalk.
No, it's
know.
all
really?
liquids.
I don't think that's allowed. I mean, it's just straight the chalk bucket, and I think there was a couple instances this year, like somebody like made somebody like wash stuff off their hands because there was chalk and there was like something underneath it, and it was like slick, and they made them just no, go wash that off. You got 30 seconds to get back to the table.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What are we come? What is this world coming
Well,
to?
it's the same thing in the MLB, and they brought out that no, pine tar, and they do pine tar sunscreen now, and it's just like stick them, and then they make them wash their hands with alcohol to clean it off. But then when you add alcohol, alcohol, rosin, and sunscreen, it's even stickier. So
Sandpaper,
Yeah. So anyway, you run an event, you think it goes well, no complaints until afterwards when this weird thing comes out. But I mean, I'm off. If that was the only issue somebody had throughout the event, I think the event's a success.
Yeah, I would say that you're batting 1,000.
Yeah.
I
There
mean,
you go.
the big thing for me is like you said it when you said about the event, there was no injuries. Any event that has 0 injuries and everybody goes home safe is a win in my book.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Jody, your thoughts on the whole thing?
I thought the food was good, by the way. Let's start with that. The venue was electric because we were in a hockey arena, 4 hockey rinks. It's the practice facility of the Winnipeg Jets from the NHL. But you had a juniors hockey tournament there, so every space was full where we had the venue at. On either side, there's a hockey game here, hockey game there. So people were lined up there, and they were taking turns watching the game, watching the matches, watching the game, watching the matches. And I like the stage where the down ref could just stand there. And he was eye level with the table. That was pretty cool. You had the steps to get up on the stage if you choose to. I did like that because a lot of times you'll see people, the down ref will have like a chair to sit in, or I've done it before. I've taken a knee, had a knee pad, because after a while, I want to get the good angle. The fact that you guys had the stage and off, the down ref was just standing there, bam, making calls, made it easier on them. I like that. Like you said, I wish there were more people there, but sometimes you can't control that aspect. So all you can do is just like, hey, run the tournament. If you show up, cool. If you don't, you don't. So, but yeah.
Matt Sador's in the chat, and I want to talk a little bit about Matt. He beat me right-handed. Now, everyone's like, and he truly did beat me right-handed. So I fouled out in the final match, and there was a comment in the chat, SB fouls a lot. Well, if you think you're in trouble and you are desperately trying to win that match, that's when the fouls start to happen. So had I not fouled, I would have been pinned, but I was trying to violently hit him off out of his lane, and that's when the foul happens. So
if I was there, I would have shown the ref the video that you did not foul.
Oh, I did. I know I did. So, congrats on that win, Matt. And yeah,
Matt, you going to the Arnold? Let us know.
Are we for sure getting an Arnold's? Have we confirmed all that?
Full steam ahead as far as I know.
Good.
So, sounds like it's right on track.
And when is that this year? This coming up here?
March, early March.
It's always the first weekend in March.
Yeah. I hope we're going. My wife booked me my flight already.
I know Pablo has a qualifier coming up here soon for it too.
Yeah.
22nd of November, I believe.
So we will.
So the Arnold's the weekend of the March 7th.
Yeah. Anyway, those are the highs and lows of the event. I think that people need to spend some real time learning rules, because what often happens in some of these events, when you go to these, let's call them club events, where you have, a little bit looser rules, people don't really pay attention to things. You often, I said this at provincials last year, like that never gets called. And I said, well, I'm sorry that you've gone to so many events that has such poor refereeing.
Mm-hmm. I got one for you. And you really have to, it sucks we have to do this, but it's really not a bad thing. You highlight your basic arm wrestling rules, the slips, what a foul is, the setup. You fucking staple that to the fucking flyer, and you hand it to everybody at weigh-ins.
Yeah.
I know it can be a pain, but at the same time, it's like a lot of us been in the sport long enough to know. Now, granted, there's different organization and tournaments and leagues that got different rules. They vary, but there's a reason why we all get together before we start and go over the rules. And if you're sitting up there jaw-jacking with somebody, not paying attention, and then here we are, we're about to start the tournament, all of a sudden there's something you don't like, you want to argue, but it's like you weren't listening. Like, hey, ref calls are made, they're final. So, there you have it,
Yeah, we're going to try to do the whole run a show of like how the day's going to look and staple those rules to the back of it. And then when you weigh in, everybody has what the day should look like, what classes go first, all this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Try to eliminate the problems. I don't know how many more ways we could try to eliminate these problems, but
well, the other thing to think about is if when you're running a tournament, there are subtle differences. So if you're doing CAWF, which is basically WAF, well, I'll ask you this, Tim and Nathan. One guy is set up fair and the other guy keeps messing around. What's the call?
Give the guy that's messing around a warning.
Exactly. Yeah. So some people were like, had issues with getting warnings for not setting up. That's what happens when one guy is messing around. That means one guy cannot simply dictate a referee's grip.
It's funny because they sit there and go, okay, well, you gave me a warning, but now it's 30 seconds. It goes to referee's grip. That's not the case. They can sit there and just keep giving you warnings. It's essentially my discretion of when it starts the match. It's not a drop dead 30 seconds if you're not getting a grip.
No. And a warning, a call will reset. A call resets the clock.
Yeah, it does. I was about to say that. Like, if I give you a warning at 29 seconds, we'll say 29 seconds. Well, now we got another 30 that you're on the clock for. If you're still screwing around, I'm just going to give you a warning instantly. I'm not even going to wait.
Yeah.
Do you think, and I could be off in left field with this, do you think a lot of pullers try to mimic what they see on the bigger shows?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you see this, they sit there and mess around and set up. It's like going, you see the ref go, okay, hey, let's go. Rest grip. But you don't really get that a lot. And I think some people kind of mimic what they see on the shows and try to implement that at a local tournament or some sort, and they find out, oh, I can't do this here.
Yeah, for me, like when I'm reffing events, if both people are screwing around and I can just tell that, we're 5 seconds in and nobody's going to get a grip, I'm just calling it, we're doing a rest grip, so I'm not going to waste time.
Yeah,
but if competitor A is being a saint in the setup and competitor B is the initiator of everything, well, then competitor B is getting the warnings.
Yeah. And
it's pretty simple.
The one mistake that I see sometimes is a referee will say, if you don't take your grip, you're going to get a warning. Well, that should have been the warning.
And yet, those people doing all that stuff are the same ones bitching and complaining about how long a tournament is.
And the thing is, it's not hard to get a referee's grip legitly. Like, it's very, very easy. Like, oh, he's got something. Oh, I'm going to make him uncomfortable. He doesn't like it. He's going to make me blah, 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 blah. It's not hard. Oh, I'm going to take a second. I need to get more chalk. Like, it's.
Yeah, I mean, unless somebody's very patient and willing to take whatever they're given.
Which.
Oh, I got a question for you three. You three have refereed some major events. So let me ask you this. And I know you guys have been this as competitors. So now I'm going to ask you guys as referees, what do you guys think? Everybody in the chat, feel free to join in and comment also. Now, we've all been there before where you get to the table against your opponent, want to go to straps. What's your answer to that?
Depends if I like the strap or not.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on who I'm pulling.
My answer is still no.
I mean, really, for me, it depends on, like, I don't know, is my first match, my last match, is my hand blown? I mean, do I know what this guy's already gonna do? You know what I mean? Like I got my example is like I sometimes I feel like I have a good enough hand to hold on to people slipping and at least maybe get them a foul. But like when I was in Chicago, I pulled Dallas Langston. I knew where he was going. I just asked him, I know you want the strap. You get the strap, I get the good side of the buckle. Let's make this work. He's like, not a problem. So there's certain times where I know I'm not going to fight for that and just go for it. But there's other times where I'm like, no, I'm good. Like you're going to try to slip and foul out or intentional slip or something. So why would I give you a free strap?
I think everybody knows where Dallas is going. It's going underneath like this to get the strap.
And Dallas's slip is dangerous because that often in rule sets can be seen as just an intentional slip and he'll draw a foul. But on the flip side of that, it drives me crazy when somebody, like if I'm reffing or even as a competitor, if I say, you want the strap and they say no, and then they just make no effort to hold on and they just slip out anyway, it's just a waste of time. You know?
For me, like if my opponent comes up and goes, oh, you want the strap? Like typically I want to pull in the strap, but if you're asking me for it, I'm saying no every time.
I feel like you have to earn that. You know, it's just, I feel like
that airport Wi-Fi.
I feel like the person has to earn that because, like Nathan was saying earlier about the guy messing around the setup, you don't want a certain puller trying to dictate the match. Whereas in this sequence, there probably are, because if they're going to ask you for the strap, you know they want them to say, no, let's go ahead and earn it. Okay, they're going to go like that anyway, ball their fist up and come out of it. So it's like, okay, he got it anyway, you know? So I'm trying to figure out, you know, you can go, you want to go to the strap? Cool. You want to go to a rest grip? Because then they can't sit there and fuck around and try to manipulate anything. Usually when people want to go straight to the strap,
that is
most likely they're going to try to manipulate in the setup.
That is one thing I will say that I really enjoy about Mac and the way Ian has some certain things in the rule set. My thing that I love is if match A goes to slip, if you slip and goes to the strap, we're staying in the straps because there's a pretty high likelihood that every match is going to be in the strap after that.
Yeah. I mean,
that's also a catch too, though, for me. Like I don't like that because I mean, one guy could you could be in a match and all of a sudden he can just bail out, and then now you have to go to a strap every single time because he just bailed out. Like that's an advantage. In my opinion, I look at the advantages. That's an advantage now.
I mean, if we both bail out from a top roll, we're type of
I can see that, right? But if it's not like both people bail out, I don't agree with that because it turns into the match being an advantage now.
And then the EBW rule set where if you go to ref script, you stay in the ref script the whole time, I think is good too because it does speed up the pace of play, so to speak.
And I agree with that because I don't see that as an advantage. That's the fairest grip that any match could have. So at the end of the day,
it's supposed to be.
Well, it technically is the fairest grip you can get. Now, whether it is or not. But speaking on Jody's, when we were talking earlier about, do people watch, super matches or whatever and try to mimic that? It's a catch-22. We're spoiled and we're lucky to be able to watch these high-level matches and stuff like that. But then it's also really bad for us that have been in the sport a while and we have people we train or groups and stuff that they come to the table now and they want to change what they're doing every practice to try to mimic somebody else. Like you really got to instill in these people, you're not that person.
Thank you.
What you do.
This weird shift where people frown upon fouls.
Yeah. I also am a strong believer in the old school way of when I teach my guys. I don't think anybody should top roll for like the first 2 years. It should just be a hook. Like Learn one thing and then learn something else. Learn the safest move there is before you try to do something else. And that's how we teach our guys is like, no, we're right here. And I start them there. And we just practice and build them tendons up. Because as soon as they start doing something like this and then they get extended, that's where injuries start happening with all these new guys, you know? That's just what we do. But I always just try to tell people, man, you're here. We're not watching you. So don't try to act like we're watching you.
Yeah.
Pull how you pull.
There's a to your point about the whole referee's grip being the fairest grip. Until you get into a league where they frown upon matches being ended on fouls, that creates a problem with the referee's grip because now it's being called loosely, and it leads to advantages being taken because the competitors get conditioned to know that they're not necessarily going to get a foul every time they move in a referee's grip.
Well, I mean, I think it's also referees because referee A may put on, I mean, even though a referee's grip is technically supposed to be put on the same every time by every person, that's never the case.
Yeah.
It's never the case because, I've been to events where your hand is coming to the table, as long as there's no, you're not covering knuckles, is where it's going to be. But I've also been to events where they pull you down like this, and they pull you back up like this. Well, you just allowed me to rise in a ref grip now, and by doing that, I can, you're moving me, so I can move in it. So,
Yeah.
how are you going to foul me for you moving me? So,
yeah. And regarding
that's
that
why
rule,
it's like that.
Regarding that rule of the strap being for the rest of the super mesh, if you have time, go back and watch UAL 9, the Mike Gould Classic, where Zink pulls Matt Mask.
made a big difference.
The strap, John went for the strap every time the buckle was going to be on the back of Matt's hand, but he didn't when it was the other way. So there was a clear strategy where the strap was going to.
Well, that was back with the old school strap wrap, though.
I don't remember.
That was before the fair.
Strap.
Yeah, that was before the fair strap.
What was that? 2014 that happened.
UAL that was a UAL 9. The last that was the last UAL that was actually produced.
Yeah,
wasn't that in 2014?
It would have been around 2014. Yeah,
either 14 or 15. UAL 13 was 2008. Was in Huntington was either 13 or 14. Late 13, early 14.
Yeah.
So it was late 14, then it would have been maybe even 15 because Michael Classic used to happen, I think, in March. I know it was in March. Yeah.
That match was way different as soon as that strap went on that first time, though.
Yeah.
That might have been 15 because that was when everything started to shift and you had the UAL, WAL start to do that. Was in 15, early 15 is when that started going down because the first event was late 15 at the Cox Pavilion in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Where they let amateurs enter the open classes, and we had
first match of the tournament.
7 arm breaks,
broken arm. First match.
7.
Here's the problem, man. When you have
in one day because they let amateurs pull the open.
Here's the problem with that, Tim. Why it was a huge mistake. When you have that much money on the line at a tournament, the big dogs are going to come. They're hungry. They don't give a fuck who's in their way. I'm smashing everybody in the process. And then you got an amateur, might be fanboying all over the place, and they get up there all timid, not knowing what's going on. Pow! So it's like that
happens more often than you think.
Yeah, that was just a qualifier to the finals later at the end of the year. That was just a qualifier.
I know.
I went up there with all the Mackins and Jacob and everybody like that. We all went together.
I pulled both of those guys, both Mackins at that event.
You want to know who my first match was at that event? Because I didn't really know how to cut weight right, so I was like 208 pounds, so I had to pull the 225s. I pulled John Brzink.
Oh well, there you go.
That's one.
Perfect.
That was fun.
Yeah. Somehow I still squeaked out 8th place for $500. I don't know.
Did you guys see Sveton was in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, he pulled Austin.
Wade.
Austin.
Yeah, no disrespect to Austin, but I saw people online going, Austin's going to beat Sveton. I'm like, okay, Robbie Russell couldn't beat Sveton. Toulier couldn't beat Sveton. He's not going to feel Austin.
I thought that Austin could have got a flash pin on him. I knew that no matter what, it would have been at least 3-1. But I thought Austin could have got a flash on him because I thought Sveton was going to come back and elbow foul or get flash pin. But yeah,
it would have been one flash pin.
Step it up. It was set up like the night before. Like I don't know if Sveton just happened to be there and just saw the event super late, or I don't know what happened with that. But yeah,
wasn't that a WSA qualifier? So is Sveton going to go to the finals and pull Brezhnev?
I think so.
Ooh.
But there was another guy that was supposed to be at that qualifier, and I didn't see him. That I was.
Can you imagine a Sveton Varej one right-handed match? That thing's going to take like 20 minutes.
Oh man, I'll tell you a quick story about those long ass matches. Remember back when Leonard and Denise were running the Arnolds, and they had an hour on the stage on Friday and an hour on Saturday, and it had to be done.
Yeah, Crazy George ruined it.
Then you have Crazy George go on the stage, and he has a 30-minute long match with somebody, eating up one table for almost the entire thing. They managed to get it done.
Yeah.
But
Prutnik was supposed to be in Florida. I don't know what happened with that.
Who?
Oh, was he?
Prutnik was supposed to be there.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Because Prutnik called me and he was going to come to my event. And I was like, okay. But then the prices, and he's like, yeah, I'm just going to hit either the New York or Florida one. It'll be closer and give me more time. And then I don't know what happened. There was a couple people that were, Irakli was trying to come. There was a bunch of things going on. But that was before things got shifted again. And
right.
Yeah, Irakli's got a hard enough task in front of him with Hutchings.
Yeah, like I said, this was before. I talked to him in late July. So there was a lot going down back then where these people were looking outside the box.
Yeah.
On a side note, Mr. SB, I want to pull Salman Latimer.
Consider it done.
What is who?
Salman Latimer.
Oh, okay.
Big dude. Jody and him had some good matches.
He said Sean Latimer. I said, Jesus, Jody.
No. Salman Latimer.
It was a candidate. He's about to be a super heavyweight now. Jesus.
Well, man, when they say, what's up, Neil? Welcome to the show. They say that styles make matches. Salman, for as big as he is super duper quick. He has that Jerry Cataract-esque kind of style and approach to the table. I tried to top roll him. That did not work out whatsoever. And I felt I could have did something out of the strap, but when we slipped and got in the strap, it was to his favor. But after that first match, I lost to him. We got into it the second match, and I found a lane. But after a few more, a couple elbow fouls and false starts here and there, a couple stoppages, he slammed me again. Elbow popped off the pad. He got the win, won the Masters class. But then because I won the Open, we pulled in the overall, got him back. But I understand that, he was worn out because the overalls. You win your match, you stay on the table. So I get that. But I think, fresh for fresh, and both of us being ready, it might be something to look at. And Mr. Brian Pardman says he wants Salman on the right.
We were talking about that this weekend, Brian. Probably make something happen.
I'm just getting ready for Ottawa.
There you go. And that's when?
November 15th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you on your way to, Nathan?
And 16.
The Northeast. Like Maine, Boston.
Just touring around?
Yeah.
Taking this Patriot game, maybe.
Not the hell no.
What the hell's wrong with the Chiefs, man? What the hell?
What's on what?
What's going on with KC and the Chiefs?
We lost.
Well, I get that, but man, what is going on?
Oh, here we go. Check it out.
Do we think Tim can crack Tom Holland on the right-handed arm wars format?
What weight? Here's okay. I have two. My main. What weight?
Man, I'm 210.
And are we going to let Tim weigh in via video a week early?
Well, here's the kicker with that, right? There is no weight at Arm Wars, right? It's matches. But I think Tom Holland is
Tom's like 185.
Yeah, close to 190. I'm 210. So
you guys aren't that far apart.
So my take on it would be, if Tim can keep it outside, Tim has a good chance. If it goes into Tom's sweet spot, Tom is the favorite.
If you can keep his hand flat at any point in time during the match, you have a chance. Because soon as it's like, you know how you have those magnets and you go like that, it just goes like this. If Tim can keep Tom's hand like this and not let it go like that at any point in time, then I think
I still think it's how I said. I think if you can get Tom like this and not let him have a pronation engaged hook, then you have a good chance. But I think if Tom gets that pronation engaged hook engaged where his shoulder's behind, God, I mean, even Mindy struggled with that. So
I think Tim.
But you can go the opposite way. If Tim can lock his pronator in the setup to where Tom can't have access to that because Tim's locking everything up here, that might be a struggle for Mr. Holland. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Tim, how's your endurance now after the weight loss?
Better. Way better.
Better? Okay.
Yeah, way better. I mean, I think I had about a little over a minute match, close to a minute match in at Worlds.
That's an eternity.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's a tournament ruiner match, is what that is.
For both guys.
Yeah, and that was the match before I went against Sasha.
Now, is Neil throwing out hints or something or what?
Maybe.
I think Neil's booked the match.
More to come.
Neil's booked that match. Let's just wait for the date.
Oh, is it already in the works? And we're just kind of,
I know there's a Titan House coming up.
Yeah, it's
November.
The beginning of November.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. I want that match.
What, Tyrion?
I think.
All right, Tim. Neil wants me to ask you this.
Yeah, I can.
Oof.
I think John Therian is more aggressive than Tom, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm not by much, but I just think he's more aggressive.
I really like John. I really do. He's going to be coming to more of my events. Don't take this the wrong way. I think even Dallas might beat John in December.
Wow.
And I did not feel Dallas at all.
This is a comment I agree with. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Neil, I didn't lead you wrong with Mason Drosy. Now the Leach brothers. They are animals, man. You bring them over to the Arm Wars, they will entertain.
I think John crushes Dallas, though.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, we're going to find out sooner than later, right?
We'll see. I think I've really pissed off Dallas, and he's been going ham, and I've been watching some of his practice trainings and stuff. I don't know. But again, I don't know. Is there a weight on that match? Do we know off topic? Is there a weight on that match?
I think it's 98.
Is it 98?
I'm pretty sure.
I would imagine if it's Dallas, it'd be like a catch weight of like 205 or something.
John's walking around like right around 202.
Shit,
maybe slightly under.
I thought he was down to like high 80s.
He was at one point, but then for this thing coming up at the Brazilian Cup, he's putting weight back on.
Okay. See, I mean, that's, to me, a big factor of that is where John's at on weight. I think that it's proven for him that he gets up to that 200, 202. He's a different John than 88, 89 John. Because
Tim, you just getting shitted on today, man. Hey, highlight that last comment, Brian.
What now?
The South African guy said he'd slap the shit out of you.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Here we
How
go.
about that?
Smack the shit out of him.
Because I beat him at Worlds. He's a great guy. Super, super awesome guy. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You can bring him too. Now left hand, dude, strong as shit. I just made him foul out. But he is the number one guy in South Africa at 90 kg, and I beat him left-handed. But I don't know. I just made him foul out. I was just smarter than him.
I got a call from Mr. Perry Broom, so he's got something cooking too. The guy that runs Battle Zone.
Yeah.
Where are those taking place again? Is that in Alberta?
Wars is like a week and a half after I get back from Australia. So if I go to this Australia thing and I get convinced to pull this open tournament, I'm wrecked. I don't know if I have anything for Tom at that point, but it's a matter if I don't pull it.
Ooh, they're both already coming? That's interesting.
Battle Zone in Calgary in February.
Wow.
Ooh. Early birthday gift.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll see, Neil. Neil, we'll talk. I gotta finalize it.
Save yourself, Tim. Save yourself. Why don't you just bring Neil on the show, man?
Hey, Jody, how's the decision-making process going? I thought I'd throw it out there just to aggravate.
Neil's just turning the screw.
How's my decision process?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I might just say, fuck it. Get a coin,
Flip it.
heads, tails, and I'll flip it. Wherever it lands, it lands.
You know what I say? Do something you haven't done before that you've always wanted to do.
I've done both.
Worlds.
Well, you're talking about WAF Worlds?
Yeah.
I've never done that before. I kind of qualified in 2017. I think that was the years in Budapest, and I took third. And the guy that took first decided to do it. It was Masters, and the guy that took first decided to say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do Grandmasters." So I left one spot open for Team USA, and no one told me that the guy changed his mind. So
yeah.
Lucky says, "Just come to the Arnolds." I qualify for Masters and Open right there. So
yeah, I'm cutting to 165 for Ottawa.
Ooh,
Ottawa's a big event.
I know.
Huge.
Apparently, John, that guy is like fired up. Whatever, he's salty about something. If he goes smack the piss out of Tim, Tom, and Therian, so
He's actually a really cool. We hung out a lot at Worlds. He's a really cool.
Well, I'm just I'm betting on him now. So betting on the
Sounds
South
like Neil's
African now.
The four-way thing.
if they're coming, they're coming. So, is that what this is?
Well, I don't know how Terrian's not gonna be able to make it over there because he has that thing at the Brezink Cup on the 8th or the 9th.
Which is the weekend after. Yeah, actually, it's like almost the week. Yeah, John Therian.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's gonna. I mean, you
that would have
got.
been a hell of a battleground there, Neil.
Hey, take Wardzinski. Take Wardzinski. Let him pull him right-handed in it.
Wardzinski is done for a while.
Oh yeah.
He has some things going on. Yeah, I think so.
Guys, we're almost. What else you guys want to cover before we jump off of here?
Well, what's on
Open topic.
I have to figure out when next week's show is.
Don't we got the UAL Olympia Cup? Is that this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also that teams event, right? Aren't they having that teams thing in Canada?
That thing looks pretty interesting. Constantini's promotion. I think that's his promotion where they're doing teams from all over North America.
No,
yeah, you get
Canada.
drafted.
Yeah, it's across Canada.
Just Canada. I thought there was some.
I think so.
Okay.
Wait, pulling Tim Bresnan. Who's pulling Tim Bresnan?
What?
Oh, I saw Brian said pulling Tim Bresnan. I don't know who's pulling Tim Bresnan.
I saw Chance Shaw said he wanted to pull him.
I saw that. Yeah, Chance asked him for a match. Very respectfully asked him to pull him. So.
Shit. Well, Tim had a super match this past weekend, and Chance was just standing there watching, just eyeing the whole thing. So it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chance has been
Well,
traded.
Warzinski's pulling Tim Brennan. What?
Oh,
Huh?
whoa.
When and where?
No. I think Tim's pulling, or Adam's pulling Tim's son.
Oh, Corey Bresnan.
Yeah, he's pulling Corey.
Hey,
Brian,
Hey, Brian,
him
get
some-
on that. Neil's saying send some clips of the Leech Boys. So, Brian, if you got some,
Send it
them
to
over.
him.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, okay, Corey. All right, so Corey's pulling Adam. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be interesting. I mean, Adam's coming fresh off a second place at WAV. Very, very, very respectable. So Corey got his hands full.
yeah, I mean, Nerdalette is a monster. And the guy that beat Nerdalette on the left, that Georgian kid, holy.
Adam can beat Nerlet.
Apparently, Neil never reads Brian's messages, so I don't know. Maybe he's got you banned, Brian. I don't know.
Yeah. If I would love to see a best of 5 with Nerlet and Adam, for sure.
Yeah.
I do got some good news, though. I am not on the ban list.
There it is.
Just thought I'd throw that out there. Cheers.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I really want to sit there and go that other way, I could go that route, but don't know when.
We can travel
Don't know
together.
when. What's that?
So we can travel together.
I don't even know when. There's no date set for Unified Nationals.
Yeah, I'll give it a minute.
And I swear to God, don't fucking beat in March or April. I'm gonna fucking punch everybody because, dude, I got enough to make it as it is. But let's talk after this, Tim. I think I have an idea.
I can tell you there is a guy about to make his comeback finally.
Do tell.
Mr.
What weight
Brent
class?
Rockers
Oh,
Brett
really?
Rockers?
will be at Washington State, confirmed.
Who? Jacob Abbott?
No, Cody
Oh.
Smith.
Cody Smith?
Yep.
What class?
They're pulling super match, left-handed.
Ooh.
I'm still willing to bet on the Saunders and Stoica match if anybody wants to take it.
That's for
Before we hop off, we got a few minutes. I know we got
That's
a
what?
time crunch.
We'll
but-
talk about the After Dark.
Since we're talking about Washington State, are you still going to have the same format like last year? You're going to have all your super matches on a Friday night and then the
No.
tournament. So how's the format going to look?
We're now that this venue, everything's kind of shifted. I'm trying to figure that all out right now. I mean, it might be at 9 a.m. super matches going on during the weigh-ins and shit, or I might do amateurs, super matches, pros. So I'm trying to just figure out, because we will have a time restraint. Like
Okay.
we're gonna have a hard stop, so I might even be running 4 tables to make this happen.
Do I need to get my ref shirt?
Probably.
Okay.
I thought you had 10 master refs going to be there.
Right now we have 7 or 8, because one person, I don't want to drop his name, he's been having health issues in Canada. So he's probably not coming.
After dark.
Yeah.
After dark, folks. And remember, if you want to know what happens after darks, all 4 of us, cash app us $229.99. So
Boy,
Let
it's
us know.
got $50.
hey man, fucking
Must be-
the tariffs and shit, budget
It's
cuts,
inflate-
tariffs, gotta crank it up.
Or
Inflation.
$6,000 Canadian.
Oh, I still came back with like a bunch of Canadian cash, so now souvenirs.
Speaking of which, Jody, did you smell the 100 and see if it smelled like maple syrup?
Oh, I didn't get a chance to.
They aged them in maple syrup barrels for 3 years before they put them out into circulation.
Damn, all I got is a $20 bill, a $5 bill, and some coins.
Guys, we got to jump off, but we'll be back maybe next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about the
Oh,
UAL Mr. Olympia.
I felt good.
All right. So long, everybody.
That's scary.